Good to hear, Dodney. Happy Thursday. Apparently I'm stringing with this synthetic gut PPS from Head. So it's gonna be a slick one. There it is. Yonex Polytour Strike. Oh yeah, Adadne Scrubs, he's a very tough opponent. He's definitely near that 5-5 level. That was a good match. I'm excited for you guys to see the actual result and the scores. You'll be pretty surprised. David Hockett, I have tried the new Yonex V4 rackets. And I'm stringing it after this old racket, string for a buddy of mine. I am currently using the Yonex EZone 98, the 2020 version, the blue one, in stock form. So you'll see me string that shortly, probably in like 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how long this one takes me. Thanks, Jose. Damien, for your answer, yeah, Polytour Strike is extremely costly. To be honest, there's gonna be a huge difference between, you know, maybe not if they're both polys. You know what? Try the Solinco Outlast. That's the one I most recently reviewed. It's a pretty damn good string, and I actually think it's better than Polytour. It's better than Polytour Strike in every single way, except I think Polytour Strike has a little bit better ball pocketing. But try the Solinco Outlast. It's at about, I think like it's about $100 a reel, maybe even slightly less. So I would buy a packet of that and see if that helps you save money. Let me know what you think. That's a good one, Adande, because I'm a defensive player naturally. If you've seen some of my match play and points, be patient. In all honesty, you really shouldn't be going too close to the lines, in my opinion, or too much of an angle, unless you're at least a foot or foot and a half inside of the baseline, and the ball that you strike is plenty high over the level of the net. So I know you being, I'm assuming you're an aggressive player. You want to end the points rather quickly for one reason or another. And I know this is kind of counterintuitive, but you have to be patient. Be as patient as humanly possible, and it's tough because like I'm on the other side of the fence where I'm so defensive that all I'll do is stay back in the baseline all day and just grind. When there's opportunities for me to come up and not smack for a winner, but come up to the net and close it. Obviously, my most recent match play with my friend Chris, it kind of shows that a little bit. He's also a baseliner, but if I were to just grind against him because he's in such good shape, like almost marathon shape, I would just eventually just physically break down. So I needed to make something happen. So I know you have the opposite problem. So be a little bit more patient and then take your chances in a more calculated manner. Otherwise, you're just going to be basically swinging for the fences and making way too many unforced errors. Yeah, Vocal Cyclone is it's been regarded as slightly, it's basically like RPM Blast Light. There is a difference in my opinion, Jose. But again, if you really want RPM Blast quality, but you don't want to buy RPM Blast strings, I would highly suggest Yonex Polytour Pro. But again, Yonex Polytour Pro is a little bit more expensive. Obviously, not as expensive as RPM Blast. But if I were you, yeah, try Vocal Cyclone. If you want something that has a little bit more natural power, because Vocal Cyclone is kind of a dead feeling string, I would highly suggest Yonex Polytour Pro. ISO Speed Baseline Control Perform Like. It's not the highest quality string, obviously, but you're talking about 48 hours of reel. But how come I'm able to beat Division 1 scholarship players using ISO Speed Baseline Control? That's my question. It does the job. It's really good for off training season, and it's a damn good hybrid if you want something really cheap on the mains, and then if you want like a cheap synthetic gut, like a Prince synthetic gut Duraflex on the crosses. That's a really cheap combo. It's extremely effective. Yeah. Looks like a pro match, right, Weed Nate? Except I'm huffing and puffing because I'm literally 12 years older than Cole, the guy, the boy. He's not even a boy. The guy that I played against. Thank you though. Overgrip. For me? Oh, this guy's. Yeah. That's Bob's overgrip. That's not mine. But yeah, it's a little flamboyant, right? No, Bokai. If you want the maximum spin, you want shaped poly for both mains and crosses. go. Herb V, I am I'm playing. I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth until it started to dry up because World of Warcraft Shadowlands is coming out, which is the next expansion, I believe November 23rd. I'm actually taking, I think, 7 business days off of work when World of Warcraft Shadowlands releases, just to get to max level and to get prepped to do, you know, basically world first stuff because I have a lot of PTO to burn with this new job. I have better benefits, including a lot more PTO, so I might as well use it. And on top of those 7 days, I want to start making more content for you guys, both as a content creator for tennis matches. Like obviously the scoring thing that you see in the top left of my tennis matches, that took about, I think that took about 6 hours to make. Mainly because I'm not a graphics designer, but I was able to pull it off just, you know, kind of knowing what tennis is and being able to Google and YouTube and kind of tinkering around. But I really enjoyed it because I use it every single tennis match and it looks a lot more professional than basically every single YouTube match play content creator out there, except for maybe Essential Tennis. Obviously, you know, Essential Tennis, not only is Ian doing a full-time thing there, but also, you know, he has 2 or 3 full-time people doing the administrative paperwork and the professional Hollywood editing that they have. So I'm also going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 when that comes out. I think that got delayed to December 10th, I think. It's been delayed quite a bit, but given I have a PC that is better than 99.99% of PC consumers out there, I think I'm going to start streaming both Cyberpunk 2077 and some World of Warcraft stuff for you guys soon on top of this tennis stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, his Timothy Baker, that inside-out backhand that I made a comment on Andy Murray, that was ridiculous. I didn't know that angle existed. Nonetheless, you know, the inside-out short angle on the backhand wing, it was like holy shit. Props to him. The A6 Gel Resolution 8 is definitely one of the best shoes I've ever worn, but it's not as good as the Nike Vapor Cage 4 that Nike currently has out there. For me, every single A6 Gel Resolution WK, they're high quality shoes. They're actually more durable than any Nikes I've ever owned. I would actually argue they're more durable than any Adidas Barricade, especially the Barricade 8s, which were basically tanks of shoes. So what's amazing about the Gel Resolution 8 is it's more comfortable than the Barricade, it's more durable than the Barricade, and it feels lighter than the Barricade. I don't know if it's actually lighter, it just definitely feels lighter. The only thing I don't like about the Gel Resolution is the forefoot of the shoebox, the forefoot of the shoe compartment, basically near where my toes start to begin. It's a little bit small for me. That's why after I wear through these shoes and get a replacement pair from ASICS, I'm probably gonna go back to the Nikes. Still, a damn good shoe though. I would highly suggest you try it. David, who we played with 1 can of tennis balls. It was a Wilson. It was a Wilson. It wasn't a Roger Federer. It wasn't one of those U.S. Open durability or regular duty. It was a Wilson tennis ball that I have never seen before. It must be definitely a commercial thing. I want to say it's very similar to this, David Yu. Very similar, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll take a picture next time I'm at Essential Tennis and see if I could reverse search it on the internet. When did I start getting? Ooh, Walterama, that's a good one. Music question. So I know we were talking about counterparts a few days ago, and they're still one of my favorite post hardcore, melodic hardcore bands. But I used to play drums in middle school and high school, so I always got into the rock band kind of stuff. So I was huge into Iron Maiden, which is a big band in the late 70s, early 80s, or late 70s, most of the 80s, and sometimes in the late 90s. I think they're still around, but those guys are like 60 some 70 years old. But that was like my go-to band freshman sophomore year in high school. And then let's see, I got into emo for some reason. I started to listen to a lot of Senses Fail, a lot of the Used, Brand New, a little bit of Green Day, and then eventually I got into Slipknot, which is, you know, definitely a metal type of band. They were screaming a lot more. They were a lot heavier than any of the emo bands like My Chemical Romance out at the time. And then eventually I started getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the heavier stuff, and eventually I stumbled across Counterparts because of a YouTube algorithm. The very first Counterpart song I heard of was Compass. So, you know, that I think they're on the album The Difference Between Hell and Home. I think that's their second or third album, Walterama. And I remember seeing Compass and just the disgusting, like, gent-like riffs that the guitarists were having. Like, how do you contort your hands to make that type of sound? This is freaking wicked. And the very first time I heard the intro, and in fact the whole song, I get goosebumps. I'm actually kind of getting goosebumps just thinking about that first time, just remembering it. It's freaking amazing. Yeah, so I had that music background. Obviously, there's not a lot of money in music nowadays. So I went from being kind of a band nerd, and eventually I still am a nerd that plays a sport at a relatively high level, and I still listen to that type of music. Hello? My bad. What was the last thing that you guys heard before I self-muted myself? Uh, Adidas. Okay, Adidas scrubs. Don't buy Adidas unless it's barricades. I hate Adidas now. I have no idea why they discontinued the barricade shoe, which is one of the greatest shoes of all time, in my opinion. Overall for the tennis community. So for a Nike tennis shoe, try the Nike Vapor KG4. They are overall the best tennis shoe I've ever worn in my life. Yeah, Silverstein. Thank you, Walter Rama. Silverstein. I remember listening to them, My Heroine and Smile in Your Sleep. And then I recently started listening to them again with their album, This Is How the Wind Shifts, I think. Or is it I Am Alive in Everything I Touch? It's one of those albums, but one of the best songs I've ever heard in recent memory is Massachusetts by Silverstein. And clocking in just under 3 minutes. Um, it's a damn good song. It has a lot of high energy, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, her Shmafi, apologies if I'm saying your last name incorrectly. Um, I really like. There's no such thing as a perfect system. Obviously, the UTR system's good, but it's far from perfect, especially with the age gap. But I definitely dislike the USTA rating system because, and this has nothing to do with the result with Cole. You know, that recent highlight in Essential Tennis. I'm not going to spoil you the score or who won, but according to the USTA NTRP rating system, I have beaten 5-5s in straight sets, and I've never been rated higher than a 4-5. So that, how far am I from a 5-0? It depends on what your definition of a 5-0 is. But I would argue 75% of 5-0s at any given day now. Joseph Bautista, I got this on Amazon because it's kind of a gag shirt that I have with my friends. The Bablock Pro Pulse are pretty damn good shoes. It's a pretty good steal if you got them for a pretty good discount. Probably, let's see, probably Taco Bell or Wendy's if I could swing by Wendy's. There's not too many Wendy's in the Wisconsin area. What should I eat? Yeah, man. I mean, I do eat well during the day. I eat, for breakfast, I eat yogurt and a banana. And for lunch, I have some veggies and some baked fish. And then at night, it's sometimes a beer or two, which I probably shouldn't be doing, and just the worst food possible. So, I know, a diet cleanup, right? I don't have a big serve, dude. I'm Karen. I'm 5'8", maybe 5'9" on a good day. So I'm gonna have to grind it like David Ferrer if I were to make it to the tour. But keep in mind, my knees are absolutely trash right now. So, and besides, there's more money in software engineering than being an ATP pro tennis player. Trust me. I have some people that I know personally on the tour, and unless you're in the top 40 or 50 in the world for men's, you're basically making minimum wage. And I think if you're in the top, I would say about the top 50 in the WTA, unless you're a gorgeous model, you're never gonna make enough money to, have a good lifestyle. Andrew, VS Gut is not worth the price. For one VS Gut packet, I could buy a reel of ISOSpeed baseline control. Yeah, coding is, absolutely, Karen. They do get paid very well. Not only that, but especially if you have someone like me who, so my undergrad is in business finance from University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, and I was actually a sales guy for a very long time, both in software sales and financial advising, which is a huge sales job. So if you have someone like me that could talk to like anybody, just like I'm talking to you guys, I've never met you guys before, but I love it. If you have a software engineer that can talk to people and has a pretty extroverted personality and can speak to technical and non-technical people, there's no reason why in 5 to 10 years I can't be making 150, 200K, which easily puts me at, I think, top 1% of America for someone that's under 40 years old. I think that's a stat. Oh, Jose P. So do you have an audit cycle, kind of like how CPAs and accounting people, they have, quarter one is just a living hell for them because they never see their family or working like 80 hours a week. I've never done IT auditing. We do have IT auditors come into my company once a year to make sure that we're SOC 2 compliant. So the biggest thing is we need to have a merge record of our code and have a formal approval process of when we're gonna push our code to production and have kind of a track record for it. So I don't know how that is for you, Jose P. I was thinking about getting my MBA, Karen, to be honest, but the idea of starting your own YouTube channel and possibly building your own tennis club sounded a lot more appealing than getting your MBA. Don't get me wrong, I have friends that have their MBA and are getting their MBA and they're very smart, they're very happy they did it, but starting your own kind of like business, which is what this is, seemed a lot more appealing to me in my opinion. Why is this not working? Oh my god. Do I ever plan on leaving Milwaukee? Yes, if you pay me enough. I've gotten offers in LA and Chicago, but it wasn't worth the price because it's way too stressful, in my opinion. Man, it's janky. Come back to Schaumburg. Yeah, there's a tennis club down there. My high school doubles partner, we qualified for state my senior year and his senior year because we're the same age. He actually teaches at Forest View Tennis Racket and Fitness Club, which is where I basically started to play tennis. Yeah, Scottsdale, Arizona. Must be nice down there right now, Jose P. There's Schaumburg Tennis Plus down there as well. Karen P. I used to string rackets there as well. I think Paul McDonald still runs that place. Schaumburg Tennis Plus is pretty damn good. Quality stuff for a park district run indoor tennis facility. And there's a lot of opportunity in Schaumburg. It's a pretty damn big suburb of Metro Chicago. But I like Milwaukee way too much. I'm pissed off you guys can't hear the music. Huh. Real frustrating. I'm good, DeMello. How are you doing, my friend? Ooh, Ubersonic shoes are pretty good. They don't last very long, but they're comfortable. They're actually not that comfortable. They're not even that stable. They're just really quick and they grip the ball pretty well. I like them a lot. What's up, OCG223? What up? Thanks, Ken Harris. Footwork is all I have, man. That's all I have. What's up, Codizme? Dude, I think Yannick Sinner can win at least 2 or 3 Grand Slams on hard court. He's a monster. He's very mature for his age, and he didn't actually start playing tennis consistently until he was like 13 or 14, from what I saw. He's a damn good player. Hey, Ralphs, actually, let me put my machine away 1 second. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I need to fix something with my auxiliary. Sorry about that. Rip. So there's this tournament November 20 and 21st, about 15 minutes away from me. And it's separated by brackets in 3-0, 3-5, 4-0, 4-5 for both men's singles doubles and then women's singles doubles. So I'll be playing the highest bracket singles, and then I'll be playing with Brian, who's featured on my channel quite a bit in doubles. So the reason why I actually moved this stream up in hours because me and Brian are playing Chris and another friend of mine. And Chris is featured on my channel. So it's yeah, it'll be fun. So I'll release a vlog featuring this, and if you guys want to do it, if you're around the area, awesome. Let's have a beer and let's talk shit about Fabio Fanini or Bernard Tomic or Richard Gasquet's receding hairline. But I'll give you guys an update on this on the vlog that's a lot more detailed than this stream. Oh, congrats, Kodisme. It's a start. Yeah, it's a turkey tournament. Yeah, Karen, Chris has those stupid tweeners. Way too many. Way too many. Yeah, so if you actually win your bracket, in the past they actually gave you a turkey. So I've had quite a few turkeys in the past. I think I've won this tournament a total of 9. I've won these type of tournaments around my local club around 9 times. This audio thing's really pissing me off. You guys can't even hear the music from my desktop. What the heck? There we go. I had to fix something. Sorry about that. What American tennis player do I think has the most potential? Not Stephen Kozlov. Not Donald Young. Not John Isner. I was going to say Tiafoe. Francis Tiafoe. But he kind of dropped off about 3 years ago. He looked really promising when he took Federer to, I think, 5 sets in the first round of the US Open in 2017. I don't know what happened, man. Blade, I am a PC gamer. I'm not a console gamer. Sorry. I still think he has the most potential, Tiafoe. I used to be an 11 UTR when I was playing regularly, like state league stuff, and I was in good shape. But now I'm at a 9. Going the college route is not a bad idea if you want to go pro, because at least you'll have an undergrad. But if you're talented enough, like, let's say, if you're talented like a Roger Federer, you don't want to go pro. If you're talented like a Nadal or a Djokovic, you have to go pro immediately. Hmm. 16. All right, guys, I gotta get going for tennis. So a little bit of a heads up. I am almost out of strings on November 19th, which is a week from today. Be on my live stream because I'm gonna have you guys vote what 7 strings you want me to review next on my channel. So right now I have the Babolat RPM Blast and RPM Blast Rough. I'll be reviewing, I'm streaming that tonight. One on each of my rackets. And I'll get that review to you guys hopefully by Tuesday. I'll have a vlog up again by Saturday concerning this tennis tournament around my local area. And I gotta go to practice relatively soon, like a minute ago. So if you guys have any other questions, I'll be here on the stream at 7 o'clock on Tuesday before we start doing that auction thing where you guys vote on what strings you want me to buy and probably spend a lot of money. Yeah, whatever. It's to good use. It's helping you guys. And hopefully you guys are able to vote. Bring your friends. They don't even need to subscribe. Just bring them on the chat and channel so they're able to vote. So if you really want to start influencing what strings I want to review next, bring them in. I'd be more than happy to answer questions as well. And I'm thinking about every time you guys vote on a string, I have to take a shot on camera. I'm still debating that because the tennis tournament is the 20th and this thing is the 19th. So that's maybe, I'm still debating on it, depending on how I feel. Sounds like a really bad idea. All right, guys, I'm out. Any questions? I'll be back on Tuesday, 7 p.m. on the stream. And as always, happy hitting, my friends.